Hey everybody, it's Father Richard Gonzalez here. My brothers and sisters, we may not realize it, but our faith may not be as strong as we think it is. Prayer is the first test to see if we truly have faith in God. As Christians, we are challenged to have faith in God, trusting that God will do what He says He will do, and that He truly loves us. While we might intellectually have this belief, it may not always reach into the depths of our heart. Prayer is one of the first battlegrounds for such faith. One of the reasons why it may be difficult to pray is that we are bombarded by distractions, both internal and external. Within this video, I share information from two different articles from the Catholic website Aletheia, which can be found below in the description box, and I also add a few insights of my own. If we are struggling to pray, we may ask ourselves, is God important in our lives? We sometimes treat God more like a last resort, praying only when we need something. The Catechism of the Catholic Church comments on this temptation in paragraph number 2732 when it states, "Sometimes we turn to the Lord as the last resort, but do we really believe He is? Sometimes we enlist the Lord as an ally, but our heart remains presumptuous. In each case, our lack of faith reveals that we do not yet share in the disposition of a humble heart. For as Christ said, 'Apart from me, you can do nothing.'" My brothers and sisters, one way we can examine our heart is to determine what role prayer has within our lives, and if we are distracted in any way from prayer. External distractions are easily solved, such as turning off the radio, silencing our cell phones, or moving to a secluded place. Interior distractions are more difficult to handle as they normally come from our own wandering mind. The Catechism explains, to set about hunting down distractions would be to fall into their trap, which means we should not consciously move our attention away from these distractions, as then we become even more distracted. For example, if you are at Mass and your mind wanders because of a verse in the Scriptures, a phrase in the homily, or the works of art which stand out to you personally, meditate on these moments and ask, why is this important to me? Is there an underlying special message for me? The author Jim Beckman says, the way we spend our time tends to reveal what we place value on. One author I read on this topic observed with amusement that no one ever died of hunger because of not having time to eat. There are things we do with our time every day, and if we track our activity, we'll see what is truly important to us. If prayer is something we place value on, we'll make time for it. My brothers and sisters, if we truly value prayer, we will make room for it in our daily schedule and schedule it first. For example, when you look at your day, instead of thinking of all the things you need to do, first ask, when can I pray today? Then you work backwards and schedule everything else you need to do. It may be true that our heart is too attached to the busyness of the day than to God. We might be too worried about our household expenses, the activities of our children, our health, or we might be too addicted to what is taking place on social media than in what God is trying to speak to us during prayer. Whatever distraction we are struggling to overcome, it may be worth it to write them down and see if there's a pattern. And if there is, our heart may not be in the right place, and God may need to purify our hearts so that we can be more focused on Him during prayer. And as you are focusing on making time for prayer, may God continue to bless you today, tomorrow, and always, and I'll see you real soon. If you enjoyed this YouTube video, consider giving it a thumbs up like, subscribing to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hitting the notification bell and the all tab so you are notified of all future videos on my YouTube channel.